there, John Moore here, and I am a shamanic practitioner and teacher, and I want to talk to you a little bit about manifesting today, particularly manifesting what you want quickly, because we don't want things slow, and we want exactly what we want, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the law of attraction, and I'm going to talk about sort of spiritual means of manifestation, and all of that sort of stuff. If you are like millions of people in the world, you at some point you saw The Secret, or you read books about manifestation or manifesting, and you have tried things out with mixed success. And if you are one of the people who took the law of attraction to mean I can sit on my couch and wish really hard and a box of money will fall out of the sky into my lap, then you've probably been a little disappointed in your results. I know I'm exaggerating here a little bit, and I apologize for that. I frequently exaggerate to make a point so you can understand better what I'm talking about. So there are a few issues, and hopefully I'm going to help you troubleshoot through some of these. So manifesting using spiritual means, I'm going to call that magic, right? I'm going to call the ability to influence reality through non-ordinary, non-physical means is my definition of magic. And I know other people have different definitions of magic, but there's a really important word here, and that is influencing reality. And so what does that mean? So I like to look at things in the universe as sort of probabilistic, right? And this, meaning probability, there's a certain chances of almost anything happening. And in an infinite and expanding universe, anything is possible, but is it probable, and how probable, and how might I influence that probability? In this particular case, I'm talking about using spiritual, magical, non-ordinary means of influencing the probability of situations that I want to happen. So law of attraction, magic, non-ordinary means of manifesting tend to work better when we are trying to manifest situations rather than very specific objects. So if I hold my hand out and I concentrate really, really hard, there is a very small but non-zero chance that I could get a gold coin to appear in it. However, that chance is so remote. It is supported by physics. There is this thing called quantum tunneling where things could disappear from one location and appear randomly somewhere else in the universe. But at a macro level, that is approaching impossibility, right? So let's talk law of attraction for a second. So if law of attraction works exactly the way it says it does, or the way people think it does, why then hasn't everybody who watched The Secret won the Powerball, won the lottery? Well, think about it for a moment, okay? So your chances of winning the Powerball lottery, if you don't know, that's a big multi-state lottery in the US where there have been winners that have won like $500 million. Tremendous amount of money, but your odds of winning the jackpot are about 1 in 300, maybe over 300 million. Think about the probability that you need to influence there, okay? The probability that you need to influence that very specific result is huge. And so that would require a great deal of ability to manipulate probability in the universe. And if you had that ability, you're probably putting it to better use anyway. And it's not to say you couldn't develop that ability, but I think at the point of spiritual development you'd be at, you probably wouldn't care so much about the lottery. You could just manifest whatever you wanted from your lottery winnings, and it would just happen. And I've met some people who have been perhaps that good at manifesting stuff. Just think about, put out a thought like, I'd be interested in experimenting with this, and it kind of happens. And we all know people who are pretty lucky that way. I'll do another video about luck at some point, and how luck is actually an energy. It's a component of our spiritual body, and how we can affect that. Okay, so if law of attraction isn't just sitting on your couch and wishing real hard, what is it? Well, it is getting some of your systems, and I describe a human being as a large system of many systems. It is getting them moving in a specific direction to manipulate or to affect the probability of things occurring. And so think about that for a second. So you have all of these systems that comprise who you are, the things that are you, that belong to you. So I like to say I have a body. I don't like to think of myself as a body. We're all spiritual beings, but my body is a, one big system comprised of many, many systems. There's circulatory, endocrine, respiratory, nervous system, skeletal system, muscular system, everything you can think of. And then all of these things are working synergistically, hopefully, to support me in being alive and moving around in the physical world. And that's a good thing. When things are not moving correctly, that's when we, moving in the same direction, moving towards a state of equilibrium and where things should be, that's when we get sick, right? So, I get a cold or something like that, and my, when it becomes really dangerous is when my, my body's own protective systems overreact to something being sick. And that's actually frequently more dangerous than the sickness itself. Autoimmune disorders are an example of our own bodies attacking ourselves for people who have those things. And so those are examples of what happens when our body systems aren't in alignment, aren't in congruence, aren't moving in the right direction. So if I want to use spirituality to help me manifest things, and I'm going to say help here as opposed to just straight up manifesting things using solely spiritual means. I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm just saying it's harder. It's harder, and it's where a lot of people fall down. So what you need to do is get your various systems in order. I'll give you a couple of examples and I'll explain how that works. So if I have a goal of creating a situation where I lose some weight, I want to lose 20 pounds. I get my mind and emotions right behind that. Totally cool. But then I go eat 2 pizzas every day, two full-size pizzas every day for lunch. Am I going to lose weight? Probably not, because one of my systems or a couple of my systems are not going to be in alignment. And I'm going to, since I'm trying to make changes on the physical plane, the physical stuff that I do is going to override that. If I want to manifest a dream job, for example, but I don't have a resume and I don't take care of my physical appearance, I hate to tell you, but physical appearance matters in a lot of job situations. It shouldn't, but it does. Or I don't present myself well, or any of those things, I'm not taking action in the physical plane in a way that will support that, and it's going to be just much, much harder for a job to fall out of the sky and land in my lap, or for people to find out who I am. If I want to meet the love of my life, I want to manifest romance, and I stay at home and watch Netflix all day, every day, and never meet anybody online or out in the world or what have you, chances of that occurring are very, very slim. I'm reducing my physical actions are reducing the probability, are making it much less probable. So on the one hand, I have, my mind and maybe my spirit and emotions and everything in alignment with my goal. But another part of me is fighting, right? Is fighting. And if what I'm trying to manifest is on the physical plane actions will tend to win out because they're already there. So what you need to do then is to get into alignment. You need to take physical action that are in alignment, or at least not preventing and fighting against the things you're trying to manifest using spiritual methods, right? That being said, you leave the universe open for a lot of things to happen to you when you're taking positive, inspired action. The other thing we want to do that it can be very helpful is, instead of saying, I'm going to win the Powerball lottery, that's a very specific goal, and that leaves the universe no wiggle room to figure out how to provide you with your goal. What you want to do is think about manifesting something and not control how it comes to you. So I want to manifest a very specific amount of money. We'll say, I don't know, $10,000, pulling that number out of the air. I want to manifest $10,000. So I work towards that spiritually, but I don't dictate how that is going to come to me. I don't dictate to the universe, to spirit, how I'm going to get that $10,000. And so that, if I say I'm going to get a $10,000 raise, that only leaves one option for that to come to me. And depending upon my job situation, a $10,000 raise might be highly improbable. Maybe my company is losing money. Maybe I'm working for a nonprofit, and that would be a struggle for them to provide. Or maybe I'm in a business and we're experiencing a recession or whatever. But if you leave yourself open, then the probability, again, it's all about, we're increasing probability of these things occurring. The probability by leaving this open allows it to come through a lot easier and quicker. And I've had results. I've had surprisingly fast results where, just as an experiment, I said, I'm going to manifest, and I left a lot of room, and I did some work, and I said, I'm going to manifest 5 cents or more. And that's it. And no time frame, and no, it's going to come to me this way. And I also said 5 cents or more, because I was playing with money here, and I wanted to leave open the room for not exactly a nickel coming to me somehow. And I walked outside, and there was 57 cents or something like that somebody had dropped, was under the tire of my car in a way that I could see it, but it was really, really strange, and it happened immediately. And I've done that with different things with a fair amount of success, to be honest. Might shock some of you if I were to describe it, but I'm not here to brag. I'm here to hopefully help you figure out how to use manifestation and law of attraction a little bit better. There are other ways to manifest things besides the law of attraction. There are certainly, I was looking at sort of Taoist practices for manifesting abundance, and they have different, sigils and, symbols for success in business, success in academics, success in love, and, that sort of thing. And so really, get clear on your goals, but have some room to get more than what you're expecting, what you want to manifest. That being said, our belief system is also another sort of anchor for us that can hold us back. If I believe it's easier to manifest 5 cents than $500 million, and I probably do have that belief, then again, I'm not going to be in alignment. I'm not going to be in congruence with manifesting what I want. I did a video before describing what, sort of shamanism and magic, and my description of magic. And I think almost any spiritual action that is meant to affect the universe, I consider that magic. So I consider prayer magic. I consider blowing out birthday candles after making a wish magic, or throwing a coin in a wishing well magic, or wishing upon a star, or what have you. Any of those things that you do that are spiritual to make a change, to affect probability in reality, I think those are magical actions. You can disagree, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to argue, but start thinking of things that way. Start thinking of them as magical acts, and your belief system starts to come around to what you're doing as well. So if you think, well, blowing out birthday candles isn't really a magical act, I'm really not affecting anything, it's just a cute little ritual that we do for people's birthdays. It has a long history and has sort of an egregore, I have a hard time pronouncing that word, of people who have practiced that, which adds to the effect of that ritual. So if you're blowing out birthday candles, take your wish seriously, hold it in your heart, and again, you start to build alignment, you start to build congruence, you start to change the odds, the probability in your favor. I hope this has been helpful and informative. Please give my channel a subscribe, and I'll have lots more stuff coming down and pretty often. I love talking about spirit and helping and sharing, and hope to see you real soon.